of Success workshop. Build your entrepreneur mindset. Welcome to the Elements of Success workshop. Build your entrepreneur mindset. Learn how to achieve your business goals and qualify for the Elevate and Executive Summit. Here's your host, TJ Hendrickson.
Welcome, USANA family, to USANA Live 2020 Americas and Europe Virtual Convention. I'm so excited and honored to be with you and to host this workshop, Elements of Success, with Anna Lozano and Tim Tran. Anna is from Canada and is a 3-time Growth 25 member, top associate enroller, $1 Million Club member, and a Diamond Director, all in less than 5 years. She is passionately committed to growth and success. She is the co-founder of Love Powered Company and the Affirmation Company. Anna graduated from Richard Ivey School of Business with a focus in sales and marketing. This mother of two has extensive experience in sales and digital marketing and has been featured on Fox News, Jillian Harris's blog, Lori Harden's Earn Your Happy podcast, and countless other programs. You will learn the entrepreneurial mindset and the steps you can take to immediately strengthen your belief in yourself to thrive in USANA. Tim is an Executive Emerald Director from the United States. Tim is so grateful to all that USANA has given. It's provided financial support, health, meaning, impact, and joy to his and his family's lives. This appreciation to the USANA lifestyle is his driving force to share the lessons he's learned growing a dynamic, thriving business. A former corporate consultant, Tim joined USANA after realizing the grind of 50 to 60 hours a week wasn't sustainable if he wanted to spend more time with his family. Since starting his own business, Tim's focus has been to share the potential of a USANA business and the benefits of a life committed to health. Energetic, enthusiastic, and relatable, Tim is a fantastic storyteller who uses humor to pepper his message. He'll also share his knowledge in leveraging fast growth and sustaining this momentum. Let's turn the time over to Tim and Anna.
Thanks, TJ, for having us.
Hey, thanks, TJ, for having us, and welcome, everybody. So in today's workshop, we're talking about elements of success, and it's actually quite fitting that I'm sharing this workshop with Anna because she's one of the most successful people that I know. And so it's actually quite fitting that she's on this workshop with me today. She's not only built one crazy successful USANA business, but she's also built another business outside of the network marketing industry that is also wildly, ridiculously successful. So Anna knows what she's talking about when it comes to being successful. So Anna, if we're sticking to the theme of just USANA for today, if someone is new and they're starting out in the USANA business, or they're looking to be more of a USANA builder, can you talk a little bit about what's the mindset that it takes to be a successful entrepreneur?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I truly believe that mindset really is the foundation of building a wildly successful USANA business. So if we go to the first slide, we're going to dive deep into these 4 points. And if we can master awareness, affirmations, gratitude, and clarity, we are truly going to get incredible results in our business. So let's dive deep. The first thing is awareness. Now, we are creating our reality one thought, one word, one feeling, one action at a time. And so in order to design a life that we consciously and wildly are obsessed with, we need to do it through awareness because we want to design consciously versus living life by default. So what I suggest doing is anytime a negative thought comes to mind, I can't do this business, who's going to listen to me, who's going to ever say yes to me, you journal that thought. By bringing awareness to it, you can change it into the positive. And this is where affirmations come in, because once we bring awareness to our thoughts, our words, our feelings, and our actions, we can affirm the positive statements in order to change all of this around. And I'll give you an example. So an affirmation is a statement which affirms something to be true. When I started my business in 2010, I would be walking to my corporate office repeating, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm a Diamond Director in my USANA business. And every single day as I was walking to my office and I was walking back from my office, I was affirming this to be true. And after a while, I started to believe it. I started to feel the energy of being that diamond director. And guess what? 4.5 years later to be exact, it became a reality. So when it comes to affirmations, what I suggest you do is write down your 3 most limiting beliefs. So maybe I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of success. I don't think I'll be a diamond director. So those negative Nancys that come in for you, write them down, and then next to it, write the positive version. So I am worthy of incredible success. Every single day I'm learning something new. I am a diamond director. Okay, so that's your homework after this session. Next is gratitude. Now, there's a reason why gratitude has become such a buzzword in the personal growth world today. It's because it works. So as we're focusing on things in the future, we realize that maybe it's not what we have right now. So what we want to do is shift our focus to things that we have in our life right now. By changing into that vibration and into that state of gratitude, we bring more things into our life that we can be grateful for. So anytime you get a little win in your business, whether it's a new preferred customer, or maybe a prospect says yes to taking a look at USANA, you right there stop in your tracks, bring awareness to that, and give thanks for those small wins. Because if we can focus on that, then those big wins are going to flow into our business as well. And the next thing on mindset is clarity is power. We need to know what it is that we want to achieve from our USANA business in order to start taking those action steps to make it a reality. So what's your why? Why are you doing this business? And your why is going to evolve with you over time. What are your top 3 goals for this new USANA year? Do you want to win the trips that Tim's going to teach us on how to achieve them? Okay, be super focused on what it is that you want to achieve. And here's an example of clarity is power. So in 2012, we were at International Convention as Ruby directors, and we were laser focused on becoming $1 Million Club earners. This was our big why. This was our yearly goal that we were working towards. We started chipping away at it, and by June 2009, we got the call from USANA. You guys made MDC. So this is huge. Mindset is everything. Start working on your mindset now.
And you know what? That's such an awesome story. You know what really kind of stands out, aside from everything that you said? It's the consistency and the focus to go through not just a week, a month, a year, but like through a period of time to get to your goal. And so can you just kind of talk a little bit about what do you do in your USANA business every single day to achieve the success that you have?
Absolutely. So I talk a lot about mindset. I talk a lot about affirmations. I talk a lot about manifesting and attracting, but this needs to be paired with massive, consistent action in your business. Okay. Action is what produces the results. So if we go to the next slide, what I love to focus on when I sit down daily to work on my business is revenue generating activities. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this example of consistency. So I want you to think about this. Who's going to see more results in their business? Let's say I am working 1 hour a day on my business every single day for 6 years. And Tim's working on his business 4 to 6 hours a day. He's hustling, he's working hard for 6 months, and then he quits. Who's going to see more results? Well, I am, because it's that 1 hour a day of consistent action day after day compounds to incredible success in this type of business. So can you schedule in 30 to 60 minutes every day to work on revenue generating activities? And everyone should be saying yes. We have so much going on. I understand some of us are parents, some of us have full-time careers, some of us are doing this super part-time. As long as you can sit down for 60 minutes a day to work on your business every single day, it's going to grow. And here's my time management hack. Sit down on Sunday and map out what you're going to do and when you're going to work on your business every day. And when you sit down to do your 60-minute power hour, here's what you're going to do. You're not going to be doing administrative work. You're not going to be checking social media. You're going to be focused on revenue generating activities, RGAs. This is what produces results. prospecting, finding leads for your business. These are individuals who are going to become customers or business partners. So you have your warm market. This is your existing market. These are people who know you, your friends, your family, your coworkers. And also, you're starting to work at the same time as you're prospecting your warm market, you're building your cold market. This is where you're making new friends. And as you're building these relationships, you're turning your cold market into your warm market. So the excuse of, I don't know enough people, never becomes your reality. Inviting, this is your next RGA, intentionally sitting down and inviting people to look at the business and look at the products. I love to sit down. I have a copy and paste message. I love to call this a copy and paste business because when I sit down for my working session, it's go time. I have a little script that feels authentic to me and I work through my list and I send it out. So I do little mini contests with myself. Can I do 10, 20, 30, 50 invites a day? And then I feel accomplished. Presenting the business or products, following up, and closing. Now, if you're brand new to the business and you haven't yet mastered these skills, work closely with your sponsor to make that happen. Now, Tim, speaking of consistency, you definitely live this. I heard that you earned every single trip in USANA since 2015, except one. What's your secret?
I'm not sure if there's a secret, but I would say that there's things that that people should be aware of. And I got to be the first one to admit that I work with amazing leaders. I work with amazing team members. I have awesome mentorship. And so one of the things, and then also the USANA community has really kind of helped me kind of tie into that community and kind of feel like we belong and we're kind of working at, and we're kind of going after, everything together, and we're kind of raising our vibration, right? And so one of the things that I would say that two things that people need to be aware of when they want to go on these trips. The first thing is just make a firm decision. And the thing about a firm decision is most people are kind of in this gray. It's usually just a yes or a no. And sometimes you kind of like, if you don't feel compelled to go after it, it's okay to say no. One of the ways that I kind of do a gut check, and it literally is a gut check, is do you feel like you're going to be expanding or growing if you're going after this goal? And if the answer is yes, then that's typically a yes. And so that usually goes into number two after making a firm decision. Number two is the ability to be conscious, and this is kind of where the awareness comes back, is the ability to be conscious of the why even try mentality. And this is what I mean. So when you say yes, there's this thing in your head that goes, well, now I'm too busy. Or you start to kind of bring up certain things like, I'm too busy. Oh, maybe this destination isn't that great, so I'll wait for the next one. Or if I really wanted to go, I can just pay for it. Or you know what, all my friends and family hate network marketing, or I think the products are too expensive. And so once you make this firm decision, these things come up. And so I would even try to be aware of these things that come up in your brain, because I'm too busy. Why even try? All my friends and family don't like network marketing. Why even try, right? You don't say that, but it's very unconscious. And so I would just be aware of not falling into that trap.
That's awesome. I've actually never heard it put this way. Why even try? And it's so good. And I was laughing, like, who doesn't want to go to Jamaica or Disney, right? Like, why even try? I don't think so. I'm going. So talk to us about the strategy around earning these trips.
Yeah, that's a great question. And so when it comes to earning these trips, it really comes down to knowing what trip you want to earn, right? And right now, what's exciting is that USANA has two types of trips that you can earn. The first one is Elevate. And so what is Elevate? Elevate is a trip that literally, and I mean literally, anybody can earn. So if you're a new associate that comes in, or you're bringing in new team members in the next week or so, anybody can earn this trip because it's based on personal production. And so what I would suggest you do, this is the second homework, is to go into your back office. And if you decided to do this, look at what are the qualifications. And I'll give you a simple term. The personal production, the personal qualification for this is 7,500 sales volume points, so SVP. And so what that means is, because we're in almost 30 different countries, that each product is associated to some type of points. And so what makes it easier is that if you sell, or if you're able to sell 7,500 sales volume points, you're able to qualify for that first level trip. So anybody can do this. And what's great about this is that I don't think about it in terms of sales volume points. I think about it in terms of how many conversations do I have? So in Anna's daily method of operation and what she does every day, if she's sending out 50 invites, how many conversations do you think that she's able to start if she sends out 50 invites? And so that's kind of the mind hack, is to stop thinking about it in terms of production, but think about it in terms of how many conversations are you having? And so the second one, the executive trip, is about personal production plus duplication. And so the first level of that is executive director, which means that you're making 600 CVP per week. And that's at a director level. And so if you're an executive director and you do that for 13 weeks, you can now earn the executive trip. The next level to that is executive gold, executive ruby, and executive emerald. And so one of the things that I would focus on is definitely personal production, but now you're starting to think about duplication. And so duplication is your ability to have stability, because now it's not just your own personal efforts, it's the efforts of your entire team and your network of team members. And so here's my hack for you for duplication. Thinking about it like this: what is the one tool you can teach any team members, including the new ones, to invite to where they can teach other team members, right? So I'll break that down, what that means. So what is the tool that you can teach any person to invite to where they can also teach a person to invite to? And so the tool could be, this is the USANA video, the webinars. This could be the tools that you guys develop. It could be a newspaper. It could be a live Zoom meeting. So what's that one thing that you can teach people to invite to? And how are you teaching that invite? So are you telling people to do stories and then talk about the benefits and pop the question? So whatever it is, tool, invite, duplication. That's kind of my hack for it. And so if you start to think about this, people think, oh, well, 7,500 sales volume points may be too much. Well, let me break it down for you. I actually believe that it's totally doable, even at the first level. And so let's just imagine, we're in mid-August right now. Imagine now that next week, so August 17th, sometime next week, that you enroll one new associate or customer at 400 sales volume points. The next auto order, they're going to have 200 auto order points. And then the second one, 200, third auto order, 200, fourth auto order, 200. So one customer is actually going to get you 1,200 sales volume points. Now, for this qualification period, you're actually capped out at only 1,000 sales volume points per new associate or customer. So that means that instead of thinking 7,500, it equates to about 8 new associates or customers by the end of the year. Most people think that's way too much, but if you think about it in terms of just customers, 6 to 7 customers. Now, I get this a lot, right? The why even try? Well, most people don't come in at 400, Tim. Most people's order it's not at 200. Well, I'll say this then. What if we just halved it? What if you just cut it in half? What if they came in at 200? You have 4 more cycles, and each cycle is at 100 points. So maybe each new associate or customer comes in at is equated to 600 sales volume points. So instead of 6 to 7, it's now 13. It's now 13 customers or new associates by the end of the year. Do you think that's a little bit doable? I think that's totally doable if you made a firm decision, right? And so my question to you right now is, we are thinking about Elevate and Executive. So who's coming with me to the Elevate trip? And the next Elevate trip is going to be at Disney World, the happiest place on earth. Or you can also qualify, your team members can qualify for the executive trip, which is in Jamaica. And so this is going to be an awesome way to help you build and actually grow your business as well as other people's business. And so Anna, I got a question for you. So thinking about this, the theme of USANA again, is still kind of thinking about this. What's one thing, the great thing about earning these trips is that, obviously you get to go, but what's even better is that you have the ability to bring more teammates with you. So if you're thinking about this, from your perspective, what do you believe is holding people back from growing their USANA business and being able to earn these trips?
Such a good question. And again, I love to bring awareness to these things, because if we know that these realities of entrepreneurship are going to show up, then we can expect them to show up. and we can work through them much faster. So let's bring awareness to these 4 realities of entrepreneurship. And then now that we know they're going to be coming up for us, we're going to make sure that we work through them quicker so that it doesn't stop us from seeing the results and winning these trips. So the first one is getting rejected is part of the process. It's simply the part of the entrepreneurial game. So the quicker that we accept this, and trust me, I know it sucks. It's not super fun. But the sooner that we can accept that it's simply what it is, it's just a part of being an entrepreneur, and that it is not personal. It's not personal to you. It's not personal to me. Then the faster we can move through it. So what I like to teach people is to play the no challenge, whether it's the 200 no challenge, the 400 no challenge, the 1,000 no challenge. Choose a number. Doesn't matter what it is, but your goal is to get this many no's, because guess what? The more no's we get, the more comfortable we become with them, and the closer we are to a yes. So who's in? I want you guys to let us know how many no's you're going to be working towards. Sounds good? All right, let's do this. The next reality of entrepreneurship is if you don't ask, it's always going to be a no. So when is the last time you asked someone for a sale? Okay, think about it. When is the last time you followed up and got someone to say yes? Now, make sure that when you are closing the sale, when you're asking for it, you're feeling good. It feels good for you. You're in alignment, and that vibration is going to attract more people to you. But guess what? If you don't ask, someone else will. There's a lot of us out there working our business. So if you don't ask, I'm going to ask for you. Okay? So make sure that you ask for it. The next reality of entrepreneurship is timing is everything. So even if you get a no, remember that it's simply a not right now. So what I love to do, and remember, I've been doing this business for 10 years, is I love to have an eventually will sign up list. And these are people that I touch base with every single year. And I'm literally laughing because I know there's a good handful of people that know every single year they're going to hear from Anna. And because I have fun with this business, because it's something that I enjoy doing, I just laugh at myself, okay? So remember, timing is everything. If they say no, it's simply a not right now. Make sure you continue to follow up with them, because we never would know what's gonna happen in life. And maybe just the next month, the next year, it's going to be the absolute perfect timing for them to start their USANA business. And remember, don't forget to celebrate and have fun. The moment you stop having fun with your business and it becomes a task that you have to do, that's a heavy energy. So we don't want to go there. We want to celebrate our small wins. We want to have fun. Now, Tim, what do you think holds people back?
You know, I love those 4 points. And the last point more specifically, because you got to have fun, right? And so what I would add to your 4 points is I think it's the ability for somebody to take all this information that they see and being able to apply it. And so, you know, we help this with our teammates too, because you have this, you know, there's a lot of different strategies out there. You'll see people post on Facebook and whatever it is, right? And so there's a lot of confusion that I think around social media about, you know, prospecting, about marketing, about, you know, people are sampling, about people doing one-on-ones. I mean, the list goes on forever. And so what I would actually share with you and share with people out there right now is I would use a framework, something like this. And you kind of had something very similar about your daily operation or your daily method of operation. So I kind of laid it out in a very similar way, which is if you look at the first one, the conversation. So conversation A, point A, conversation. And so conversation, there's 2 things that flow into conversation. The first one is marketing, and the second thing is prospecting. And marketing is a piece of content that you put into the world in the hopes that somebody reaches out to you. So this is something that's very, very passive. So it's a passive thing. The second thing is prospecting. And so prospecting is the ability for you to actively send out a message so that you can see if people are open to it. And so if you're looking at the first goal, the first goal is for you to have a conversation. And so you have marketing, which is, social media, podcasts, LinkedIn, Instagram, WeChat, whatever it is, there's blogging, whatever. There's so many different tools for you to be able to start that conversation because you're giving people value and you're putting that content out there with the hope that somebody's reaching out. The second thing is prospecting. I think prospecting is something that anybody can control, even somebody new. So if you don't have a big influence or if you don't have a big network, you can literally go out and start that conversation, like what you said, right, Anna? Like you're doing 50 invites a day. That's something that you can actively control. And so when you can have the conversation starting, the next thing is, how many people are you inviting to that thing? And so this is kind of where it goes back again. It's like, what's that thing? What's the tool? Is it a webinar? Is it the This Is USANA video? Is it the ability to edify your upline so you can have that Zoom one-on-one meeting, right? So whatever it is, I would encourage you to be able to take what kind of what resonates with you and be able to kind of piece it together in a framework that's similar like this. So I hope that this kind of clears up a little bit of confusion. I know it did for me to be able to take a lot of the information out there and kind of put it into something like this, so that way we can start to apply it.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Tim. And thank you everyone for tuning into our session. Please find us on social media. It's Anna Lozano on Instagram and Facebook, and it's Tim Tran on Facebook. And share with us how you're doing. Share with us your no challenges. Share with us how you're doing with these trips. We are here to support you. We are here to guide you, and let's do this.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.